Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Can y'all hear me okay? I don't know what I did to where. Okay, cool. That's okay, Victoria. Glad you came by anyway. This is just a quick hello. There is Maribel and Rosie. I'm on a little earlier than I usually am. Hello, she is in Gateshead, UK. Hello. I always forget your first name. I am so sorry. Suzanne is here. She's waving. I'm not sure what that says. Joan is here. Yeah, I'm hitting the camera. Sharon. Your Libby's being weird. Okay. Yeah, Karen said she was having trouble with her Libby too. You may have to call your library and straighten it out. Shad, I'm good. Glad to see you. No earrings, no jewelry, no nothing. I took a shower and didn't put anything on. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Joyce. Happy Tuesday. Working, lurking. And Joan. Everybody can hear me. Okay. So I was hoping I turned it up before I turned it on. I know. So what's knitting? I know you from Jan Carruthers from over at her channel. I'm glad you came by. What are you guys working on tonight? I'm sitting in my chair tonight because I'm tired. I did go to the doctor today. Everything's looking good so far. I have to wait to go to the cardiologist. That's not until the 5th of September. So I went to see my doctor here in town and went over a couple of things related to the new medicines and all that kind of stuff. And so got that taken care of. But everything looks good right now. But he said I would be tired because he said an event like that was that can tucker you out. Let me show you guys what my project is for the book club. We are doing the book Dead by Sunset by Anne Rule. And I am making a shawl, a triangular shawl. And here's how it looks so far. So here's what I've got. I am holding this color. Hi, Lorna. This color here, I'm holding it with this one. And then I also have a third color too. Loom knitting a pair of 80s neon leg warmers. I love it. I love that. Working on a sweater for your son. Did you get some? Sharon is still working on those doll dresses. The Encanto, yes. Hi, Lorna. Joan is working on something by Bod. The one I made by Bod. For a friend of your son, going to be too soon. Oh, cool. So are you doing it just simply by the tutorial? Because that's the smaller size. They are nice colors. Y'all want to know what they are? You know I'm grinning, so you know it's going to be something funny, right? Okay, hold on, hold on. I'm looking for I'm looking for the goods here. Okay, I got it. All right, this one is neon orange. It's called Awesome Ombre. It's Yarn Bee. We got it in the sale for $1.49. Remember, Awesome Ombre neon orange. 435 yards. I believe this is a 2-weight. It does have a little bit of wool in it. It looks like it's cut. So it's 75 acrylic, 15 nylon, and 10 wool is this one. So there's the thickness right there. It says it's a 2-weight. Hi, Karen. And the other one is the funny story. Oh, the Badlands color is pretty. Isn't that the red? The Badlands is the red one, I think, by Heartland. You doing okay, Karen? I know she's got weather coming in tonight. Has it made land yet? So, yes. Oh, you're an 80s girl, I can tell. Don't have time to knit because you're working in the garden. That's okay. Okay, strong and Gus. Okay. So you're in a different burn it. Okay. Okay, well stay safe, and anybody in Florida, you guys be careful. So this is a prized colorway. This person does not, as far as I know, she's not making yarn anymore. It's a hand-dyed yarn by Honeybee Knits. You guys know I used to buy a lot of her yarn. And this is a very special edition colorway that she did. And her version is called Be Positive, BEE positive, because she's Honeybee Knits, right? But she did this colorway. Uh-oh, we got cats squalling out there, huh? It's okay, Bubby. Serbs is panting now because somebody's squalling outside. 400 yards. Of course, it's 80% superwash, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So it's an MCN base. Are y'all ready for the name? Okay, had to refresh. Okay. So far, so good. It's going alongside. Okay. All right. So there was a yarn dyer. So you probably know who I'm talking about. She was in the UK. Jan has talked about her a couple of times. She used to be in Manchester area where Jan was. And I cannot remember the name of that yarn dyer. And she wanted to have her yarn put in somebody's place. And he wasn't going to let her put her yarn in there unless she gave him this huge amount of yarn. But yet he was letting other people do stuff. So she felt like it was like because she was a woman. And she just got this whole impression from him that it was because it was a woman. So she made a colorway especially for that. What we did was called If I Want Exposure, I'll Get My Tits Out. And then all these other hand dyers dyed yarn. And she told them, she says, Take it. Go with it. Give me your interpretation. Let's all make one. So everybody made their version of it. Hey, Patricia. And so this was Honeybee Knit's version of that. And I thought that would be perfect for this Dead by Sunset because that's right. Yes, Lorna, you remember. You remember he wanted a favor. Yeah, he wanted a favor. That's right. That's right, he did. So you remember that. I cannot remember her name. Anyway, a whole bunch of people did it. So I thought it would be perfect for this because, you know, this book by Anne Rule, Dead by Sunset, she had such a hard time with him. He was going out with everybody and he killed her. She could not get divorced from him. She couldn't work anything out with him. I just thought that it would be a way for it. Kind of had the whole sunset in there. And I'm gonna do it for this for a while. Okay. And then I'm gonna add in this one. And this is Dream Color. I think this is Hobie. This is a Hobie yarn. Dream Color. This one is color 13, and it's also a 2-weight. So I'm going to go for a little while with the real bright one, and then I'm going to go with this one towards the outer part of the shawl to make it more of a sunset, like getting darker. I'll see how it goes. That's my project. Hi, Frozen. So what do you guys, those of you that have read it, what do you guys think of the book so far? I put my pen away. I do too. I like Hobie. I want to use a whole bunch more of my stash so I can buy some more again. I just have a limited amount of Hobie. I did one order from Hobie and one order from Hobium. I don't think I did more than that from either place. I want to say I was given some. It is easy to read. Yes, it is. And I'm loving the way that, of course, I love Anne Rule anyway, but the way that she gives us the perspective coming from the investigators, she does this third person thing where those that were involved are talking, so it's coming through the way that they saw what happened. So the survivors, I guess you would say. Dropped my hook. She writes so well and she draws you in. She really draws you in. So those of you that have read books by her, what would you say? Do you have a favorite by Anne Rule? Do any of you guys have a favorite by her? I have read several of her books, and I own several. Nose is running. My nose is running. The sound is familiar. Oh, really? TL Yarn Crafts? Oh, that'll be nice. I like the blends. I love the blends. Lauren has only read the Bundy one. Okay. This is your first time, Margaret? Okay. Now, she has several collections. So, this book, I picked this one because it was not in the, you could get it without having to get one of the collections. But she has several that are collections, and I will have to get some of those out. And if you guys want to like go through more of them, I just love the way she was so good. And she did a lot of research, like I say, on how the investigators, the policemen, you know, the families. She did a lot of research. I'm sure she did interviews with everybody before she started to write, that stuff in that third person. She would have had to had statements and different things. I've got the I-5 killer. I'd really like to do that one next. I would really like to do that one next after this one if you guys want to. The want ad, yes. The I-5 killer is a standalone one also. I don't remember if she did or not. I don't remember, Joan. Maybe. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at here. It's not ringing a bell if she did. Andy something. I'll find out though. Let me write that down so I don't forget to look. And rule. Right under another name. Got it. Oh, did you look it up? Andy Stack? Andy Stack. I'm still going to look that up though. I did not know that. A lot of them do. There's some writers that write both thrillers under one name, and then they'll write romance stuff like special historical romance writers. There's a lot of them that write, like J.D. Robb. I can't remember what her name is, but under J.D. Robb, she does the thriller stuff. But as a historical romance writer, it's something else. I cannot remember her name for the historical writer. I used to know it because uh, my mother had me buy her books, and I had a whole lot of romance books myself. At one time, y'all aren't going to believe how many I had. I had a lot. I had collections. Is it Nora Roberts? Hi, Susan. Good evening. Is it Nora Roberts? Nora Roberts and JD Robb are the same, I think. Maybe. I can't remember. Since I'm on my phone, I can't look that up. So y'all have to look it up and tell me for sure. So we decided we were going to do chapters up to chapter 5. Couldn't have picked a better stopping point, because up to chapter 5 was when they went to interview him at the house, and he decided he needed a lawyer. And things really started to change then. Stephen King is Richard Bachman. Yeah, I think I knew that one. Oh, good. You joined the Facebook group. Oh, that's nice. We are still hot, but it's been a little bit better. Upper 90s for the next couple of days. We're doing that gradual cool down where we had the gradual heat up in the spring. Now we're doing that deal where we go down into the 90s and then we go back into the hundreds. It's like, nope, we're not letting go yet. And then we'll have some more 90s, and then we'll have some more hundreds. And finally, I think we get a break towards middle to end of September is when it really starts to change and stay down. Hey, Beagle Mama. Haven't seen you for a long time. How are you? Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. That's not fun to have to go through that. Yeah, his new love. I am having a really hard time understanding how she fell right into the whole somebody's out to get us line. How does he do that? How do these guys manage that? She really started to believe that somebody was out to get them. I I don't know. Maybe that's just me now, because I certainly would not do it. Ugh, y'all, I'm trying not to put my finger in front of there. Yep, I hear you. Hello, Annie. Oh, I'm sorry you didn't get a notification. Hi, Cat. They do. And she didn't even like him when she first met him. But she's the one, I think. I mean, we're gonna find out. But I think she is the one who helps take him down. Don't you guys? Now, I don't know that because I haven't finished the book, but I'm thinking that she's going to be the one that helps take him down. I'm having trouble keeping all the women's names straight. The predators are good at they are good at that. Well, supposedly he was good looking, and supposedly he did work. He did work. Like he had, At some point, he had jobs, and he had people believing that he was like he had the last one. He had her believing that he had money coming that he didn't have coming. But the wife that he killed was a lawyer. And how does she fall for that? It's crazy. Yeah, they don't do justify that. Absolutely. Right. That's what I keep thinking. When she wakes up, she's going to be like, "Oh, no, 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 no." Right? That's what I'm thinking too, Joan. There's got to be something where it'll just like click, right? It'll like, "Oh, oh." I mean, she does question. She questions, well, I don't know. Who could be after us? She does question it, but she still goes along with it. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Hello, Dawn's World. Glad you're here. They got to the vulnerable. I know. I mean, it's easy for us to say now we're reading the book and we're looking back at it, right? And I mean that's easy for us to say, but it's like seems ridiculous. When I'm reading it, it's like, how did she not see that? I think that they do talk about this a little bit, but maybe the fact that he had these, he was married, he had these kids, you know, he seemed like on the surface, everything seemed okay. Maybe that's why, you know. I know I am too. I'm thinking the same thing, Annie. At the back of my head, I'm going, what? Do you not see how ridiculous that is? Girl, wake up, is what I'm thinking. Wake up. I can't wait to see how they actually nab him, how they actually take him down. Absolutely. Hindsight's 2020. Yep. And I've done some stupid things in my life. Certainly did. I would have been about that age. These people were in their 20s. So I certainly did some stupid things in my 20s. And I even did some stupid things later in my life, too. Well, yeah, but this guy actually did have kids. And I'll tell you, this has not been, listening to some of this has been kind of hard for me because I went through a little bit of this. And I won't say a lot because I don't think that's fair to my kids, um, to go into all that stuff. But I went through a little bit of stuff, you know. It wasn't all pretty. The ending was not pretty. Let's just put it that way. So, but it's hard, the manipulation. Let's put it that way. And I know what that's like. Me too, Joan. Me too. I said I didn't start to grow up till then. Not sure if I am now. Right. Woo. Okay. How you look back on some of the things you did and you're like, tell me I did not do that. I would not have known me, right? Just hope that you just hope that you lived through it, right? I definitely learned from mine. Yes. Yep. Well, I can tell you this. I probably could sit and read. I could probably finish this book in a couple of days. I don't know about you guys. I feel like I could do it in a couple of days. Now, Joan, I know you were working on something for your sunset project. That's one way of looking at it too. One of the kind of awkward. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it too. Sometimes, we just like for me, I don't know what it was like for Cheryl was her name, I believe. The wife's name. Was it Cheryl? I don't know what it was like for her, but here she was, she had the job, that she met the guy, they had the kids. I often feel like we fall in love with an idea. And my kids know that I have explained it this way before. I fell in love with an idea. I actually I was married once that lasted 3.5 years. He was abusive. I met the girls' father. We actually had a house and the picket fence. We really did have a picket fence. Had the kids. He was good looking. He was nice to me in the beginning, but then problems started. The problem started between him and I. The problem started in relation to the kids. Things just happened. But I had fallen in love with that idea. And I wasn't sure in the end I really was in love with him, you know? Yes, Dead by Sunset. So kind of a sunset project. Yep, that is true. Narcissistic people definitely are manipulators. Well, you might have to talk to her and ask her if she's ready. But my thing with is I still want, yeah, and life just does not match that ideal. And we have to keep that in the mosaic throw, Karen Jumbo, sunset colorway from. Oh, oh yeah. I've only done very small projects on mosaic, but I have a mosaic book, and I'm really wanting to do something with mosaic. I'm fart fighting. I did not fart. Okay, I am fighting the startitis. Ooh, I don't know where that came from. Oh, good, Annie. It's, it just popped out, Butterbell. I don't know. It just get up this time. Yeah, you're fighting that too. I'm not gonna say it. I am not gonna say it. Which one, Joe? I'm not saying it. Let it out. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. You could just tell that she's not ready. She's, yeah. She's like, I wasn't gonna say that either. Oh my gosh. Ugh, too funny. Yeah, the critical thinking. You know, we've talked on this channel before how a lot of people, schools do not teach some of the practical things like we used to get. Like we used to have the home ec, and we used to have, they would teach you how to do your checkbook, and some of the practical. They don't have those, like the life skills stuff, and a lot of the schools are not doing that anymore. And I mean, hell, the kids don't even get to play outside most of the time growing up. That sucks too. Was it in cursive? Yeah, it was cursive. No, they don't know how to. They do not know how to write in cursive. Well, you can't be see, and that's the thing too. You can't actually be an activist until you know what you stand for. And a lot of kids don't really know what they stand for. They just think they stand for what the other guy stands for. That's the problem. If you really stand for something and you really believe in that something, that's one thing. But if you're just doing it because every other Joe Blow's doing it, it's not. It's and you have to understand what that thing is. Okay? If whatever it is, you have to understand that thing too, right? I don't think you can really say I stand for, you know, I'm a tree hugger, however you want to say it. I stand for the environment when you don't really know what the environment issues are. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm just using that as an example. Yep, question everything would be a really good, that'd be a good idea. I know. It's simple stuff, you know? But see, they don't even, okay. And even at that, Martabelle, they don't even know how to spell. Everything is done in like, everything's a shorthand anymore. Everything's the shortened version. They can't get past 2 minutes in a short on YouTube before they're on to the next thing. Everything life is everything about life is a short or a reel or a everything is so quick anymore. No, I have not. Where is that? Which school is that? Where is that school and what happened? I have not. I'll have to look it up. they'd rather teach them 14 ways to get to the same answer when they could probably do some of that in their head. Yep, telling time, re counting money back. There are so many life skills that don't get taught anymore. Oh, okay, I'll have to look that up. I learned to tell time on a backwards clock, and I'm dyslexic and left-handed. So just let that sink in for one quick second. At the end of the cabinet in the kitchen when I was little, my mom had, I kid you not, only my mom had a clock right there on the end, and it went backwards. It went the other way around. That's the one I always saw as the one I learned to tell time on. So I say I can read upside down and backwards. Yeah, military time, that totally confuses people. I was setting up my blood pressure cuff, and it said, "Oh, do you want what do you want to use? Do you want to use a 24-hour clock?" And I thought, "Well, of course. I mean, there's 24 hours in a day." And I didn't think about that because the 24-hour clock is the one that uses the 18, 19, 20, 22. But I figured it out, no problem, because I'm a military brat. Right, Steve? And hello. Glad you're here. Good to see you. Oh, what did I do? For some reason, I just went big. How do I get out of that? I may have to go out and come back in. Hold on. Here I am. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end it because obviously I'm having issues. For some reason, my screen just went really large and then I couldn't get it back down to size. I was living large for a minute there, y'all. So I just came back to say good night. Yes, I just came back to say good night. I love y'all. Have fun today. Thank you so much. And everyone who is watching and lurking and watching, I appreciate you guys too. Yes, go check the weather. Be safe, everyone. And we will see you hopefully next week, but probably we're going to do every 2 weeks. So I'm not sure if I'll do it again next week or not. So we shall see. Okay. Love y'all. Good night.